Sorry if my house is noisy in the background. I don't know how much you all can hear, but there's so many of us that it's just like that. So if you hear stuff in the background, just act like you don't. Act like you don't. Act like you don't.
Background story. Her and my uncle got together really quick. From what I've been seeing and what I've been told, she thought that she was getting a come up with my uncle. But then when things didn't go her way and she pretty much seen that she could no longer hide the things that she was doing behind closed doors, she ended up trying to find a different route, which was to come on here and lie to you all and tell you that her daughter had been touched by her dad, which that is not the case. Her daughter had been touched by her son, and she didn't want anybody to know because she wanted to try to make it seem like my uncle was the bad guy because she wasn't getting what she wanted in the divorce.
Hi, everyone. I couldn't get on here fast enough. I couldn't get on here fast enough when I heard people are trying to blame my son. I couldn't get on here fast enough. Couldn't get on here fast enough. I thought I heard someone who I've never met in my life coming on here trying to blame my son. Someone whom I've never met in my life trying to come on here and blame my son for the sick and disgusting things that my daughter's father was doing. This is not a game. This is not a game. How dare you? How dare you blame this on an innocent child? You talk about you got proof? You have proof? I've got proof right here. Right here. Show me your paperwork. Show me your paperwork. You talk about I am saying something different than when I was in court. Honey, you weren't even there. I've never seen you in my life. It's not very good. Oh my gosh. Y'all want to see my protective order? Y'all want to see my protective order? Right here. I'm going to cover my daughter's name. I'm going to cover my daughter's name. In the case of a vulnerable adult and a minor child, a relative, there is a preponderance of the evidence to believe that the respondent committed the following acts of abuse. Statutory abuse of a child. R word or a statutory S offense. Father has been coming into two-year-old and 4-year-old daughter's rooms and SAing them. This is from the judge. There's the case number. It matches the records. There's the proof. There's the proof. There's the proof. I'm done. That's all. I'm done.
The new trophy wife. A lot of y'all are not going to like the opinion that I have, and that's okay. I am literally shaking right now. She knew. She knew. Coming from someone that grew up in a situation like that was SA'd from the age of 4 to 6 years old, and more than one adult around me knew. She knew. This woman never put her children's safety first. She was living with a man, broke up with him, and in a week moved into her husband's house and married him. Her entire platform was built off of teaching women how to have the right image to attract a high-value man. You need to be a Barbie doll, not a Bratz doll. You need to keep your eyebrows done. You need to make sure that you work out and stay fit. Sometimes people play more of a role than y'all like to admit. We all want to give her a clean slate and say she had no idea. How many times had she changed her daughters in the last 2 years, in the last 4 years? I literally feel like I'm going to throw up. She had an image to uphold, And she liked the lifestyle that that man was providing for her. So she stayed quiet until she saw a way out. Because if you're a mother, if you're a mother and you find out that this is what has been done to your child, everybody reacts differently. So you might not go crazy like I would. You know, some of us are more mentally stable. But one thing's for sure is you are not going to put the most private thing, the most hurtful thing that your child could possibly go through online to monetize from, to make money from, for the entire world to see before they've even gotten therapy, before they can even process what daddy has done to them. There is no way on God's green earth is a real mother going to get online and air this out for millions of people to see, taking complete privacy away from a child. Could you imagine if you got raped and then your mother posted it for the entire world to see before you could even process what had been done to you? Could you? Give her grace, give her grace, give her grace. Why do we never question? Why do we just say, she must have been blind? She must have been ignorant. She must have not noticed the red flags. Not every woman in a situation like this is innocent. 4 to 6 years old. And they knew. And they never stopped it. Because he paid the bills. Because they liked the lifestyle he provided. Because it made him not as angry at them. Because it meant he didn't cheat. Because it kept him at home. Because it kept him happy. Everything is not what it seems. And I stand 10 toes down on the fact that a mom that just found out her child has been essayed, or worse, is not going to get on TikTok to raise awareness before the person has even been prosecuted, before her children have even processed what has happened to them. Y'all can hate me for this. Y'all can say I'm a bad person for this. But keep following this story. Because I bet every penny that I have that there's more to this story.
In the 2 weeks, he outwitted her 4 times. But she still married him. Ka-ching, ka-ching. Money, soft life. He didn't marry you because he loves you. He knew what kind of lady you are. You like things like the thoughts and the hoes. Not to say that she's a thought and a hoe. I'm just saying, those girls. He knew it. And he knew that he had you in his clutches. After he outwitted you 4 times and you still married him. He knew that he could get away with anything. As a matter of fact, if you guys start to think of it, do you think that she was always oblivious of what was happening in her house? Or did she choose to turn the other way because of the lifestyle? And I don't understand that, guys. I'll be scared of that person.